Hey you guys, welcome to episode 2 of Dancer's Corner. I just want to first say thank you so much for all of the kind messages and positive reinforcement that came back from that first episode. You really reassured me that this is something helpful and something that you guys want to see more of. So let's get started on our topic for the day. Today we are talking about comparison. I realized last week these topics are not just related to dance, they're related to your whole life, lady or gentleman or whatever. Honestly, comparison is something that, oh my gosh, I have to deal with every day. It's such a tough thing to beat, but I do have some tips and some insight that I do want to share with you guys. So first and foremost, comparison is natural. So try not to beat yourself up over it, or if you're really, hyper-focused on someone else, or, you're losing sight of things, it's okay. Just take a breath, take a step back, and I'll teach you how to refocus. I would love to just say that you are on your own path. Every single human being on this earth is on their own path, and that is the coolest thing. So comparison really just gets in the way of your path and your successes and what's meant for you. It just slows everything down. All of the good, beautiful things coming towards you kind of get stopped when you start comparing yourself to other people, because you're blocking your energy with all of this negativity and self-judgment and self-criticism. Remember that you are here for a reason. You are here for your own unique path, and that goes for dance as well. When you're in class and you're training and you're studying and you're learning, you're going to grow and progress and dance so much different than the person next to you. So just remember that you're here for your own journey. So something that I think is really helpful is switching comparison with appreciation. We all know when you see that a phenomenal dancer in class and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be like that. But what I want you to try to do is to switch that comparison with appreciation and motivation. So instead of saying like, oh my gosh, Sarah is such a good turner, I'm never going to be able to do that, I suck. No, that's not what we want to try and do. What we want to try and do is refocus and think, hey, you know what? Sarah is a phenomenal turner. What can I do to dance like that? What can I do to execute turns just like that? So what you're doing is you're taking what would have been this negative comparison that would honestly put a huge damper on class or rehearsal or auditions, wherever you are, and you're switching it to motivation. You're like, hey, that guy's leg holds are amazing. I want to be flexible like that. I'm going to train harder. I'm going to stretch at home so that I can have that strength as well. And honestly, that's pretty freaking cool, because you're taking other people's strengths and you're using it as fuel to add to your list of strengths. I had a lisp for a second. I also just spit everywhere. So it is amazing how impactful refocusing your energy is. It's this moment in your mind where you're like, okay, this is coming into my brain and I have two choices. I can either look at the negative side of it, or I can look at the positive side of it. And I hope that you choose the positive side, because the positive side means appreciating and celebrating others' successes and beauty and strengths. But in the same breath, it's using that as inspiration to better yourself. So it's a win-win situation, and I think that's so beautiful. All right, I got some quick tips, people. Get off social media, except for my profiles, youtube.com/Miss Auti. I'm totally kidding, kind of. You guys, social media, social media is my job. I love it, and I hate it all in the same moment, because social media is people's highlight reels. So what I mean by that is you see the beautiful, the winning, the trophies, the perfect filters, the this, the that. You see all of the glory, but you don't see any of the grind behind it. And that's including my own Instagram. Are you kidding? Today I got my sweatshirt on, my no makeup, a hat, and this is my normal. But on my Instagram, you see these perfectly curated photos, and you start to compare that to your hustle and your grind and your everyday. So it's really important that you take social media breaks. Try not to go down that really scary rabbit hole of the explore page where you're just scrolling and everything is scary, and you're starting to compare your body, your talents, the things that you offer. When you start to do that, it is a cue to get off of Instagram, off of Facebook, off of Snapchat, Twitter, wherever the heck you are that's making you not feel good about yourself. Take a break from it. Y'all know how much I love my notebooks. Keep a journal of positivity. So I know it sounds so lame, but I don't care. I have a journal that is all positive stuff. And it's things that I am proud of myself of. It's things that I enjoy about myself. And it's, it's not me sitting like, I am so pretty. No, that's not what it is. It's just like, hey, I'm proud of myself for achieving this. Or, wow, I'm really happy that I made this decision and I'm growing as a human being. It's a journal of positive self-love. So try that out. Here's another one that might be kind of tough because they might be your friends. And the moment I say it, you're going to be like, I know exactly who you're talking about. Keep your distance from people who fall into the comparison game. I used to live with some people that would be like, I wish I was her. I wish I was like her. And it sounds innocent, but it's not. Because it started to get into my head. I used to never, ever think that way. Like, I wish that I was like so-and-so, or that my hair was as long as so-and-so's, or that I got into the dance agency like she did. No, I never had that mindset until I was around people like that. So just, don't be mean to anyone, but just remember that who you're around is so important. So if you're around people who are constantly comparing themselves to other people, or you're around people who kind of talk poorly about themselves, or even about you, get away from them. That's negative energy that you don't need around you. Because remember, we're refocusing our energy to appreciate and to celebrate instead of comparing and tearing ourselves down. Just to bring it back, I know how tough it is to be in dance. It's naturally a competitive sport and an art because you're learning with other people, you're collaborating with other people, It's completely normal to kind of put yourself side by side with someone else. So again, like I said at the beginning, don't be hard on yourself for doing that. But what you want to be aware of is how you're processing that. Hey, am I comparing myself and breaking myself down and making myself feel bad about myself and stopping my improvement? Or am I taking what others have to offer, adding it to myself, appreciating what they offer, appreciating their strengths, celebrating their strengths, and letting that inspire and better myself? Because those are two very different worlds, you guys. As always, I have a quote. I actually have two quotes today. I have them memorized because I love them so much and I really think about them often. The first one is, there is no comparison between the sun and the moon. They both shine when it's their time. And I love that quote, OMG, because it's the truth. You can't compare them. They're both beautiful in their own way, and they both have their moments of glory when it's their time. And I think that's so, so applicable to dance. And then the second one is, even for my gentlemen watching, just whoever, literally, another woman's beauty is not the absence of your own. And I taught that to my students a while back. It's just because someone else is talented, beautiful, successful, loved, that does not mean that you are not those things. There is plenty of beauty and talent and success and love to go around. So switch that mind and appreciate and build yourself up. And I hope that you're enjoying these. I'm having a really good time talking to myself in my living room again. Remember, we have a Dancer's Corner every single Monday, a new dance vlog every single Wednesday, and new choreography videos featuring Body Speaks, my dance company, every now and again, babies. Love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Mwah.